And last but not least, I want to share with you these 3 strategies for any CEOs and entrepreneurs and businesses to do during this season. And when we sit down with all our consultants and coaches and we really ask what can businesses do at this season of time, actually there are only 3 things you can do, nothing else. There's no fourth thing. There are only 3 strategies you can take in this season of time. So what are the strategies? So a lot of businesses, they don't know what to do. That's why they are panicking and they just wait or they do something stupid. But this is a time that where you can really take wise decision, and if you apply it wisely, not only this season of time is bad for you, but it can even transform to become an opportunity. So this is the 3 strategy. So what can you do in this season of time? So the first thing you can do is this: relearn. This is a time where you can take this season of time to relearn on your business. What do you mean by relearn? Is short is training and improvement. So some businesses that they know they can stand for the next 100 days or next 3 months, and if they can take this time to retrain and improve their processes and their staff competency and capability, when the season is over, they will come out even stronger. So they are a very beautiful case study for one of the hotel in Taiwan, and also one of the travel agency in Taiwan that is sharing in the internet. That was one of the big travel agency in Taiwan. That was during SARS 17 years ago, the SARS virus at time. But they have 500 staff, and during this season, no one is traveling. So what did they do? In short, they didn't sack anyone. A lot of travel agencies, they sack their staff, they cut costs and everything else. And they put more of effort in marketing. So what they do is totally opposite. They are the 1%. What they do is that they didn't sack anyone, and they cut their marketing budget because they know at this time, no matter how much you market it, no one will travel. And they put that budget into training and improvement budget. So they put a lot of focus into online training. So they train their people how to use the online system to market their business, and not marketing it then, but it's just to train them the processes. And they take the time to deep dive, going into their product and service. Because they're travel agency, they are all the Italy, France, the standard Europe route that you have been going for hundreds of years, but they didn't improve the route and the way where they visit and how they introduce. So that's the time that all their agents sit down, all their people, all their team members, not sitting in the office but in their individual home, but look at how to improve their route and how to make it more interesting. So and train them and relearn and improve and deep dive. And 3 months later, when SARS over, their sales just shoot up to the rocket. They reached 1 billion revenue in the short 1 year, and now they have 3,000 staff. Of course, in this season of coronavirus, it hit them badly again, but they're going to take the same strategy. So, but I'm sharing this not only for travel agency, but for many other different industry that you know that you can hold on for the next 3-4 months. So what can you do now in this season is to take this time to relearn and train your capacity and competency of your staff. So one of my clients is the same. What did they do is that they get their sales staff to look at the closing technique. There are 7 top closing technique, and what are the script? They look at their script again, write down the script. What can I do to improve the sales closing rate? And they look at the driver of influence. How can I influence people better to make decisions during the sales call? So they have got to do this for the next 14 days. Can you imagine when they come back to the market, their salesperson just level up 3 levels, and they will do much more better in their closing skill. So relearn is definitely one strategy. And the second strategy is this: repurpose. So what do you mean by repurpose? There are some businesses that they just really cannot do anything. They cannot afford to stop and just learn and improve. Their cash flow need to have constantly income. So what I'm talking about, just the first strategy, relearn, is those companies with enough cash flow to sustain for the next 100 days or the next 3 to 6 months or even 1 year. But what about some company that I don't have enough cash flow to sustain? I need to continue developing and delivering services and products and continue getting cash in. So these are the companies you need to think of repurpose. What do you mean by repurpose? Another beautiful case study from a hotel industry. During the SARS time, when it hits, you know, the occupancy would drop tremendously. Even right now, the occupancy can drop from 80% to less than 10%. This is a scary industry to be in during this season. The aviation, the airline, the hotel, the food, the F&B, those are the retail, those are the industry that get very, very bad hit. So this is the same case study where hotel, what do? There's a time where people don't come to hotel. Every industry, every hotel is sacking people, reducing the cost, take unpaid leave or you leave the company, reduce to the best because they've never thought of how to increase revenue, the plus, right? How to plus revenue. No one will come to the hotel, so nothing they can do. All they can do is just reduce. They just focus on, like I mentioned just now, they just focus on the minus. But like I said, you need to focus on plus, minus, multiply and divide. What are the things that you can do? A combination of that will make a lot of difference. If you focus on one, it will not help you. So what they do is just find most of the people in the hotel, they just cut cost, everything about cutting cost. But this CEO do something again very differently. First, he gives 2 orders. The first is, we will not sack anyone. That's the first order. In fact, it's easier because you just need to sack anyone, you just continue paying them. But the second order he gave was very tough. We cannot lose money. That is a very, very tough thing to do. But what they did was very, very powerful. So he briefed the team that, yes, we won't sack people, but we cannot lose money. I need everyone here to work with me together and go through this season of time. I need to rewrite every one of your job description. Or the other word, I need to rewrite your role and responsibility. Means that I need to repurpose. I know your role is doing this in this company, but I need to repurpose your role at this point of time. Are you okay with this? Of course, every staff, I got a job, I got salary, I will do whatever it is with the company. So what he does is, for example, cleaner, he have a team of cleaner, there's nothing to clean because no one is staying in the hotel. So what he does is that he repurpose them, she send them out to clean house for other people in the home for the residential, because in hotel they have a very strong machine, they can even clean better. In fact, they can even partner with sterilizing company to sterilize the house, but they didn't do that sterilizing that time. This is the time that if you are a sterilizing company or if you are a hotel, you have a team of cleaners, this is the right thing to do. So what they did is that they send the cleaner to go to the house to do cleaning. At least they get some income. And what about the room? No one is staying in the room. So what they did is that they just take out the bed in the room and they put a table. So every room become a dining room. So if you want to come, you don't want to have in public, you can have dinner in a private room and the chef will cook in the room for you. So that was the turnaround for them. And after the SARS, their sales just went up like crazy because it became a habit of all the rich people. They always go to the same place to meet up and have dinner there, lunch there, discussion there. It became their habit. So that is another powerful story. They didn't sack anyone and they didn't lose any money. I'm not sure whether they make money that time, but they didn't lose money. They achieved both of their mission. So this is where you need to repurpose. So my question is, in your business, can you think of repurpose? If one company think differently and strategize differently and don't follow the 99% but follow the 1% who do things differently, not only you can save your company, you can even save the industry. For all you know, you can even save the whole country or even the whole world. Just one simple action and one simple trick. Last but not least, reinvent. So what do you mean by reinvent? Reinvent is for businesses who really at the level 3 impact. This coronavirus has totally killed their business. So reinvent is really a change of business model, a change of different products and services. It's totally off of your industry, but this is the time that you need to do something about it. I have companies who are in the industry who are badly hit. So what they do is that they need to reinvent whatever resources in the company. They need to think of new things. If you have programmer, they think of application. They need to program and sell different things, even though that's not industry. If you have some other resource, what are the resources that you have that you can create a new business out of it? So this is really totally out of your current core business. It's a new model. Of course, I don't recommend everyone who do this. This is only when really you have no choice. That is something you need to do. So the question is that, so this 3 strategy, and you think about it, this is the only 3 strategy you can do besides running business as usual. That one I don't count as a strategy because that is how you're going to do anyway. But at this season of time, if you really ask, what can I do? What can we do? What can my company do? Relearn, repurpose, reinvent. There's only 3 things. There's nothing else you can do. So you just got to choose at this point of time, because most of the companies are so panicked, they don't know what to do. So this provides you a direction that you can choose which strategy I want to adopt. And the next question is, can I adopt all 3 or can I adopt 1 or 2? How should I do it? First, do not adopt all three in the same time, because you will have not enough resources to do that. No matter how big is the company, if you divide all the resources, you are not able to focus. So my suggestion is this: no matter what situation you are in, out of three, you can choose two. But one of these, it has to be Reinvent, but it's only 20%. So means that if you have 100% resources, allocate 20% resources here, and the rest of the 80%, choose one of it. Either you want to be Repurpose or you want to Relearn, but you're going to focus all 80% in that pillar at this season of time. Of course, after the season, you can divide it out equally, it's up to you. But in this season of time, either option 1, you put 20% resources here and choose either 80% Relearn or 80% Repurpose. Option 2, if you are really in the, like what I said, you have no choice but to focus on Reinvent, then you put 80% of focus in Reinvent and 20% on Repurpose. Of course, there's a time you cannot relearn anymore. There's no time for you to relearn unless you relearn of a new skill to create this product. Yes, it is. Else, you're just going to put 20% in Repurpose, try to get some cash flow in the season, but 80% of the focus is to create a new product and service and to transform. So these are the options that you can use. But if you want to have more inquiry, please feel free to contact us. I may not personally attend to all of you, but I will do my best to get my coaching team, my consulting team to give you advice on this. And this season of time, as much as we can, we will give you free advice to help you to go through this season. So that is our goal. Like I said, I want to put a clear disclaimer. In Malaysia, there are 1.2 million businesses. We are only a so handful of us. We were not able to answer to all. So as much as I can, I want to help. If you have really a common theme of question coming in, I might put into another video to in one go I answer to all of you, so everyone can see this. So but if a special case that we can attend to you, we will get our coaching team or consulting team to attend to you. So because everyone, there is a framework to use. For Reinvent, you have a business model innovation that you can use. We have our 10x business model innovation. For Repurpose wise, you can look at blue ocean strategy, how you can eliminate, reduce, raise and create at this season of time, create a blue ocean out of your business. And for Relearn, you can look at our strategy wheel or business wheel. What are the areas that you want to learn and improve? So everyone we have a toolset to cover, but I have not enough time to cover in this video. But this strategy is good enough for you to have a direction, because most businesses don't have a direction at this season of time. Now if you take a pause, step back a little bit, imagine, just close your eye, imagine that the coronavirus has gone and the world has gone back to the peak and normal, happy, healthy time again. Then we look at this strategy with this lens. Isn't this strategy is applied to all world-class company or all global company? Even in a good time, all the company, they continue invest resource to relearn. They continue to think of new product and services that can repurpose and add value and look at the market, what are they offering? And isn't that they always allocate 10 to 20% of their company to innovate, to have an innovation team, to R&D, or think of new things to deliver? Isn't all the world-class companies have these three elements? Yes, that's why I can tell you those companies in this season of time, they have a lot of cash reserve to sustain for 1 to 2 years. One of the company I talked to, they have reserve for 10 years. Means that they say from now, even I don't have any single cents income, I can pay my staff for next 10 years. Of course, without any increment for the next 10 years. Why? Because they have been doing this even when the good time. So those companies who are doing this in the good time, they will not struggle in the bad time. Only 1% of companies in the world are doing this. But that's why I said you can take this season as a reflective time, and this could be a blessing in disguise. If you take this time to take action on what you can do and do what you can influence, and just leave what you cannot do aside, because you were not able to do anything anyway. You will just add on anxious and worries in your life. So focus on what you can do and apply this strategy. And once the season is over, guess what? You become a stronger company. And guess what? Slowly you become a world-class company. And when you continue building this, Relearn, Repurpose and Reinvent, the next crisis comes, you will not be in problem, and you are the one to able to add value to others. You can share resources with others. So that is what I want to share with you. I hope by sharing today can really help you to not just have an inspiration, not just feel better, but this is the time that I share this with you. We want you to really take action. Then the best gift you can give it to me. This is a sharing session. Suppose I want to do it for only our client, but we decided we need to practice what we preach, which is generosity. We need to multiply our generosity. I said, if all our clients survive and winning, but the rest of the market is struggling, in the long term, it will not be good for anyone. So we decided to put it into a video so that everyone can learn this for free. And the best gift you can give it to us in return is to put into action. Not to come to me just say thank you. I appreciate it, of course, but I will even appreciate if you put what you learn into action. Take action. That is the thing that you can, it's the best gift that you can give in return.